Explain how the people of the United States are being manipulated by the mainstream media.
The idea that people in the United States are manipulated by mainstream media is a common critique that revolves around issues of bias, selective reporting, and framing. Here's a breakdown of the mechanisms often cited in this argument. 1. Agenda setting. Media organizations decide which stories are newsworthy, influencing public discourse. By prioritizing certain issues and ignoring others, they shape what people perceive as important. For example, focusing heavily on sensational crimes might divert attention from systemic issues like healthcare or education. Coverage of international conflicts might omit key historical or geopolitical context. 2. Framing of narratives. The way stories are presented affects how audiences interpret them. Framing can involve choosing language with emotional weight, e.g., freedom fighter versus terrorist, highlighting specific aspects of a story while minimizing others, e.g., emphasizing protests' violence over their causes. Hashed 3. Polarization and partisan bias. Many mainstream outlets are accused of leaning politically left or right, tailoring content to resonate with their audience's ideological beliefs. This creates echo chambers where people only hear perspectives they already agree with, heightened division as people view the other side as increasingly unreasonable or extreme. 4. Corporate and political interests. Major media outlets often rely on advertising revenue, meaning they may avoid reporting critically on their sponsors or parent companies. Additionally, owners or stakeholders might influence editorial decisions to align with their political or economic interests. Politicians and lobbyists may use media to promote policies, often without rigorous scrutiny. Over-reliance on sensationalism. Media thrives on engagement, and sensational or emotionally charged stories generate more clicks and views. This leads to exaggerated or misleading headlines, clickbait, overemphasis on scandals or celebrity drama while sidelining critical issues. 6. Lack of media literacy. Audiences often consume news without questioning its sources, context, or potential biases. This makes them more susceptible to misinformation, whether deliberate or unintentional, emotional manipulation through visuals, headlines, or tone. 7. Algorithms amplify bias. Social media platforms where many people consume news use algorithms that prioritize content likely to engage users. These algorithms amplify controversial or divisive stories, encourage filter bubbles where users are shown information aligned with their existing views. What can be done? Diversify news sources. Consume news from outlets with varying perspectives to get a fuller picture. Practice critical thinking. Question the motivations behind how stories are reported. Promote media literacy. Understand how media shapes perceptions and learn to identify bias or manipulation. Do you agree with these points, or do you have a specific angle you'd like to explore further?